Hello, wild ones. Today we are going to get back to this project, the scrappy binder cover, and we're going to be working on sewing the elements for that on our sewing machine. So this is when it's got a little extra fun. It's just a kind of a baby mini quilt. And they don't have to be perfect. They can be serendipitous. This is definitely a serendipity one. You can tell that I kind of ran out a little bit of fabric on the back, so things are a little wonky, and I love that. It's embracing your own style of sewing. So enjoy. So I've got my little packet. I've got a piece of headliner fabric as my center, a bigger piece of backer fabric, and a smaller piece of inner fabric. And I just kind of went through and paired one with the other until I had a good big stack, and then I'll decide later on how they all go together. But you can either straight stitch, or I prefer a zigzag closure, and I try to get a double fold. If I get a raw edge, I'm not super worried about it, a visible raw edge, because I don't mind raw edges, but and it's not going to be washed, so I'm not super worried. And then the other thing I sometimes do, I'm not a big clipper and pinner, but sometimes when I'm doing these projects, I'll just put the clip on the diagonal from the first turn, just to make sure those fabrics don't get shifted a ton. But it is a loosey-goosey. That is faux show. But it's kind of how I like to sew, and I like the look of it. You want to make sure your needle is in the down position to make the turn. So you lift your feet, you lift your foot, and then pivot the design underneath. I'm going to think this is going to be a raw edge. That's what we're going to have to do. I don't see how to get that folded over better. So we're just going to go for it. Raw edges and all. Do you ever notice when you're sewing for like people you don't know, like, or people you do know who'd be horrified and not maybe sewing the way you like, which I like it a little looser and goosier. I like non-straight edges a lot, diagonals, and kind of scripty lines. What have we got? My puppies just both came up while I started stitching. Hey, do you guys want to say hi? Is that what's going on? Hey, Dobby. Do you want to say hi? Hello, buddy. Hello, buddy. Hello, little Tuck. You definitely want to say hi. Hi, sister. Okay, there they are. They're just gonna hang out behind me. Hi, babe. She's like, no, I'd really like more pets, thank you. Who are you talking to, Mom? Yeah, I think my sewing really progressed when I kind of stopped thinking about, especially for sewing for me, like clothes sewing and mending and visible mending. Like the things I really love and I'm attracted to are the more rough and ready stuff. And, you know, it's not everybody's thing, and I know that, and I'm okay with that. And I think you just gotta keep going until you find the thing you love, and try not to worry about the quilters turning over in their graves, because they hate this, but they don't have to live with it. I do, so I'm cool with it. And the more I get cool with it, the better my work is, I think. I can do the really straight lace stuff. I just don't find as much joy in it. I'm gonna go around again, but I think I'm gonna switch it to a straight stitch and just do kind of a wild straight stitch where I'm going over and intentionally doing a funky line. I'm really liking this green thread on this thread. I don't use a lot of red and green in my decorating, but it is pretty funky. Sometimes when I'm working, I just want to like emphasize one of the edges, so I'll add like a little bit more of the stitching. And now I'm going to stitch off of this one and onto my next one, and do kind of a chain process or a mask making process. I'm going off in a corner, and I'll probably come on right in the middle. I don't really, it doesn't matter too much to me. I'll go in a corner, why not? And I usually like to do that chain in a, with these, I don't find that they sit well over here. I'd usually just leave them all hooked together and cut them apart at the end. But I do like cutting them all off. So now I'm just getting them all to this level of finish. I'll probably go back in and do some free motion stitching down the center. But this is where I'm headed now. And I wanted to show you one I did a little bit earlier. There it is. Okay. And talking about like how others perceive your work versus how you perceive your work, and what you love and what other people love. This piece is looking good. I love the stripes with the candies coming around, and this edge was kind of getting bigger, and then this edge, I actually had, this piece was a little bit smaller than I thought, so I had a little raw headliner fabric showing. So I just picked up a triangle scrap from another piece and just put it in there. And that serendipity, it's like by far my favorite part of this whole piece. And I wouldn't have gotten that if I hadn't have been in a place of serendipity, which means a little less planning than most people do. And oh my gosh, I just love it. I think it's so fun. And when you put these all together, it doesn't matter. I mean, this one's fully enclosed sewing. Oh, sorry. This one's fully enclosed, turned sewing, pressed seams, all the things. And this one's super rough and ready. And I think they look amazing together. And it's that juxtaposition that makes me most excited.